Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life is a battlefield. It's not a place for the faint-hearted or the weak. It's a place where every day you have to suit up, show up, and fight for what you believe in. And yes, I know, sometimes the battle feels endless. Sometimes it feels like the odds are stacked against you, like you're outnumbered, outmatched, and out of options. But here's the truth. You are not defined by the battles you face. You are defined by how you rise after every defeat. If you kept on rising, the struggle is real. Every single day we face challenges that test our strength, our faith, and our will to keep going. Whether it's dealing with personal loss, financial hardship, relationship struggles, or the inner battles of self-doubt and fear, life has a way of throwing obstacles in our path. It feels like we're constantly in a battle, fighting against forces both inside and outside of us. And when things don't seem to go the way we hoped, when the weight of it all becomes too much to bear, it's easy to feel like giving up. But here's something I want you to understand. Deep in your heart, the struggle is real, but so are you. Yes, the challenges are real. Yes, the setbacks, the disappointments, and the pain you experience are real. But what's just as real, what's even more real, is your power to overcome them. You are more than the sum of your problems. You are more than the fears that threaten to hold you back. You are more than the doubts that whisper in your ear telling you that you're not enough, that you don't have what it takes, or that you'll never make it. The problem is not the struggle itself, it's how we choose to face it. You see, it's easy to look at the obstacles and feel small, to feel like they're bigger than us, more powerful than we are. But that's a lie. The truth is, every battle you face is an opportunity to discover just how strong you are, to unlock a power within you that you may not even know exists. When you're standing at the crossroads of adversity, when everything feels overwhelming and uncertain, remember this: you are not alone. The strength you need to keep moving forward is already inside of you. It's in the resilience that gets you out of bed every morning, even when life has knocked you down. It's in the perseverance that pushes you to keep going when all you want to do is quit. It's in the quiet determination to rise time and time again, no matter how many times you fall. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that every battle you fight will be won in a day, or that you won't face times of doubt or struggle. But what I am saying is that you are more than capable of overcoming it. The challenge might be big, but the strength within you is bigger. The problem might seem impossible to solve, but you have the ingenuity, the tenacity, and the heart to break through it. Don't mistake your struggle for a reflection of who you are. Your struggle is just that, a struggle. It's a moment in time. But who you are, the warrior, the survivor, the dreamer, the fighter, that is eternal. No circumstance, no setback, no failure can take that away from you. When you face difficulties, it's not about being invincible. It's about being willing to keep going in spite of the pain. It's about choosing to rise even when you feel like sitting down. It's about deciding that no matter how hard life gets, you won't let it defeat you. The battlefield may be difficult, but you're not a soldier without purpose. You are a force to be reckoned with, someone who has the power to change their own story. Understand this: the pain you feel today will not last forever, and even in the moments when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, you must remember that the world has never seen a force like you. Life may knock you down, but it's the getting up that matters. The struggle doesn't define you, it refines you. So the next time you feel like the odds are against you, when the weight of the struggle seems too heavy to carry, remind yourself, the struggle is real, but so are you. And as long as you're still standing, still fighting, still believing, you've already won. Negative feelings are temporary. I know that sometimes it doesn't feel that way, and it's easy to become overwhelmed by the weight of emotions like fear, anger, sadness, and frustration. When you're going through a tough time, it feels as though those negative feelings are permanent, like they will never go away. They cloud your judgment, consume your energy, and seem to define the very essence of your experience. But here's something powerful to remember. No emotion, no matter how intense, lasts forever. In the heat of the moment, it is hard to see beyond the storm of emotions swirling within you. When you're in the middle of a personal crisis or facing overwhelming challenges, it's easy to think that your feelings of despair or fear will define your entire future. But emotions, like the weather, change. Storms don't last forever, and neither do negative feelings. Just as the sun rises after the storm, so too can your mind and heart experience moments of peace, clarity, and joy after periods of doubt, grief, or anxiety. Think about the last time you were in a difficult situation and you felt overwhelmed. Maybe you faced a setback at work, a relationship issue, or even just a bad day that felt like it would never end. When those emotions are at their peak, it's as though they take over every part of your being. But if you look back now, you'll realize that those feelings eventually faded, that you survived, and that life went on. You may have even learned something valuable from the experience that helped you grow stronger. The key is realizing that you are not defined by the negative feelings you experience. You are simply experiencing them. You are simply experiencing them. It's also important to understand that emotions are not facts. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's a permanent truth about you or your life. Negative emotions are like visitors. They come and go, and they don't need to be invited to stay. We often treat negative feelings like they're permanent, like they're an indelible part of our identity. But they don't have to be. Feeling frustrated, anxious, or depressed doesn't mean you are a frustrated, anxious, or depressed person. It simply means that in this moment, you are feeling those things. It's a state, not a state of being. The key to navigating negative feelings is to acknowledge them without attaching your identity to them. When you feel sad, angry, or afraid, allow yourself to feel those emotions fully, but don't give them control over your actions or your thoughts. You don't need to push them away or suppress them. You simply need to allow yourself the space to experience them and then release them. Understand that emotions, like waves, will crest and fall, and you, the observer, are the calm beneath it all. Take a moment and think about how often you've experienced negative emotions in the past, whether it's disappointment, guilt, or worry. In each of those instances, I'm sure you thought at some point that it was going to last forever. But it didn't, did it? You got through it, it passed, you moved forward, and so will these feelings. The beautiful thing about human nature is that we have the ability to adapt, to heal, and to move on. Negative emotions are not a reflection of who we are. They're simply reactions to circumstances, situations, or thoughts in the moment. And while they may be intense, they are not permanent. The next time you find yourself overwhelmed by negative feelings, remind yourself that they are temporary. Feel the emotions, process them, but don't let them hold you hostage. The moment you realize that you are not your emotions, that they are just passing visitors, you'll gain the power to let them go and move forward with a clear mind and an open heart. So, when life brings you down, when negative emotions feel like they're taking over, remember this: you are stronger than any feeling you are experiencing. This too shall pass. It always does. And when it does, you'll be standing tall, stronger, and wiser than before. Negative feelings, temporary. Your strength, permanent. Your mindset is your weapon. In life's battlefield, the most powerful tool you possess is not your strength, your resources, or your circumstances. It's your mind. Your mindset shapes how you view the world, how you approach challenges, and how you respond to adversity. It determines whether you rise when life knocks you down or whether you stay on the ground. It has the power to make the difference between success and failure, joy and despair, victory and defeat. And you know what? On that mindset, right now, and the best part, it's entirely within your control. When life hands you a challenge, your mindset will determine how you perceive that challenge. Two people can face the exact same situation, and one might see it as an opportunity for growth, while the other sees it as a defeat. It's not the situation itself that matters, it's how you choose to think about it. If you approach life with a mindset that is fixed, that believes you're limited by your circumstances or your past, you're going to find it difficult to break free from negative patterns. You'll see obstacles as permanent roadblocks instead of temporary hurdles. But if you shift your mindset, if you believe that every setback is a chance to learn and grow, every difficulty is an opportunity to become stronger, you'll find that nothing can truly hold you back. The mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds you plant. If you plant seeds of negativity, doubt, and fear, that garden will grow wild with weeds, stunning your progress and clouding your vision. But if you plant seeds of positivity, confidence, and hope, you'll cultivate a garden that is resilient, focused, and thriving. Your mindset isn't just a passive state of being. It's something you actively shape, moment by moment. And just like any skill, the more you nurture and develop it, the stronger it becomes. But having the right mindset means recognizing that you are not a victim of your circumstances. It means understanding that no matter what life throws at you, you always have the power to choose how you respond. You may not have control over external events, but you always have control over your thoughts, your attitude, and your actions. The world can throw obstacles your way, but if you maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset, you'll find a way to overcome them. You won't see failure as the end. You'll see it as feedback, as a stepping stone to something greater. Your mindset also determines your level of resilience. Life isn't about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about how you rise after you fall. When you face setbacks, your mindset will either empower you to bounce back stronger or leave you paralyzed by fear and doubt. The people who succeed in life aren't necessarily the ones who face the fewest obstacles. They're the ones who have the mental fortitude to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Resilience is a muscle that strengthens with use, and it starts with a mindset that refuses to quit. A mindset that says, this is tough, but I am tougher. I can handle this. I will find a way. It's easy to look at successful people and think they're lucky, or that they don't face the same struggles you do. But the truth is, what sets them apart is often not their circumstances, but their mindset. They believe in their ability to create change, to learn from mistakes, and to push forward even when the road is difficult. They have a belief in their own potential that drives them to keep moving, no matter how many times they stumble along the way. This kind of mindset doesn't happen overnight. It requires work. It requires practice. It requires you to choose, day in and day out, to believe in yourself, even when everything around you says otherwise. It requires you to silence the negative voices, whether they come from within or from others, and replace them with thoughts of possibility, hope, and determination. The more you train your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems, on opportunities rather than limitations, the more powerful your weapon becomes. So when life knocks you down, when the odds feel insurmountable, and when the weight of negative feelings seems too much to bear, remember this: your mindset is your weapon. It's the one thing that no one can take away from you. It's the one thing you can control, and it can propel you further than you ever thought possible. You are the architect of your thoughts, and the life you live is a reflection of the mindset you carry. So, choose to arm yourself with a mindset that will carry you to victory no matter how many battles you face along the way. Your mind is powerful. Use it wisely and watch it transform your world. Perseverance is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It's that quiet, unshakable determination to keep going even when every part of you wants to stop. It's the ability to keep moving forward when the road gets tough, when the goal feels distant, and when failure seems to be the only thing staring you in the face. It's not about never falling, but about getting back up every single time. Let me tell you, the power of perseverance is unmatched. It has the ability to transform your life, to shape your destiny, and to turn challenges into triumphs. Oh, that's the key. The power of perseverance is unmatched. It has the ability to transform your life, to shape your destiny. In life, you will face obstacles. You will encounter setbacks. You will face times when it feels like nothing is going your way, when the weight of your dreams seems unbearable, and when you question if you're even on the right path. But it is in those moments that perseverance becomes your greatest ally. When you choose to keep going, even when things seem hopeless, you unlock a power within you that cannot be stopped. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. They didn't get to where they are because they were the smartest, the luckiest, or the most naturally gifted. They got there because they refused to quit. They embraced the power of perseverance. They faced rejection, failure, and countless obstacles. But each time they stumbled, they got back up and kept going. Every time they were told no, they heard it as not yet. Every time they failed, they used it as a lesson, a stepping stone to something greater. And that's the key. They didn't let their setbacks define them. They let them fuel their perseverance. Perseverance isn't about blindly pushing through pain without purpose. It's about understanding that progress is a journey, and that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. When you persist, you're not just moving through time. You're growing. You're learning, adapting, and evolving. You're becoming a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself with each challenge you overcome. In fact, many times, the person you become in the process is even more valuable than the goal itself. Therefore, if you do not have a goal, but perseverance also requires patience. We live in a world where we want instant results. We want things to happen now, and when they don't, we get frustrated. But true perseverance understands that great things take time. Success doesn't happen overnight, and the path to achieving your dreams isn't a straight line. It's a series of twists, turns, setbacks, and breakthroughs. And in those moments when you feel like giving up, remember that the only way you can fail is by quitting. If you don't quit, you cannot lose. Perseverance also requires faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the process, and faith in the idea that you are capable of overcoming any challenge that comes your way. Even when you can't see the finish line, when you can't see the progress you're making, you have to trust that every effort is moving you forward. Just because the road is long doesn't mean you're not making strides. And just because the end result is not yet visible doesn't mean it isn't being formed in the background. Trust in the process, trust in your strength, and keep moving forward. The beautiful thing about perseverance is that it doesn't require perfection. It doesn't matter if you stumble along the way, if you make mistakes, or if things don't go exactly as planned. What matters is that you keep going. You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to be perfect. You just need to stay in the game. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep failing forward. They use their failures as lessons, their setbacks as motivation, and their struggles as fuel for their perseverance. In those moments when life feels overwhelming, when you wonder if it's all worth it, remember this: the power of perseverance is stronger than any obstacle you'll ever face. It is the key to unlocking your potential, the driving force behind every success, and the fire that will carry you through even the darkest times. It is a reminder that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. Perseverance isn't just about surviving the battle, it's about winning the war. It's about proving to yourself that you are stronger than your struggles, braver than your fears, and capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. So when the road gets tough and the challenges seem endless, embrace the power of perseverance. Keep going, keep believing, and know that every step you take brings you one step closer to your victory. You've got this, and you will make it. In life's battlefield, it's not just about what you face, but who you face it with. The people you surround yourself with play a crucial role in shaping your journey, your mindset, and your energy. You become like the people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and pessimism, it's easy to get caught up in those same emotions. But if you surround yourself with positivity, encouragement, and like-minded individuals who lift you up, you'll find that you have the strength to overcome even the toughest battles. Life can be hard enough on its own, so why make it harder by surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy, feed into your fears, and limit your potential? Negative energy is contagious. A single person who constantly complains, criticizes, or brings down the group can slowly begin to poison the atmosphere and affect everyone around them. It's like being in a room full of smoke. It might start small, but eventually it fills the entire space, making it harder to breathe. The same goes for negative people. They can fill your mental and emotional space with doubt, fear, and insecurity. And before you know it, you start to think that way too. But the opposite is just as true. Positive people are like a breath of fresh air. When you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you to keep going, who see the best in you, even when you don't see it in yourself, they become a force that propels you forward. They are the ones who will pick you up when you fall, challenge you to become better, and remind you of your worth when you forget. These are the people who push you to dream bigger, to think differently, and to keep going when the road gets tough. It's important to understand that positive influences don't just mean people who always tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes the most positive people are the ones who challenge you, who push you to stretch beyond your limits. They might not always agree with everything you do, but they want what's best for you, and they have the courage to say the hard truths. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow, people who inspire you to reach higher and dig deeper, is essential. You need people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself, who are not afraid to tell you when you're settling for less than you deserve. But here's the key. You must also be that positive force for others. The energy you bring to the table is just as important as the energy you receive. Positive relationships are a two-way street. If you want to attract positivity, you have to be willing to give it in return. This means offering support, encouragement, and compassion, not just when things are going well, but also when things are difficult. The power of positive forces is magnified when you contribute to them, when you create an environment where others feel seen, heard, and valued. Your positivity will attract the right people, and together you'll create a community of strength, hope, and inspiration. Now, it's also crucial to be mindful of the boundaries you set. Not every person is meant to be a close influence in your life. Some people may not be intentionally negative. They may simply not be on the same wavelength as you. They may not have the mindset or vision that aligns with yours, and that's okay. You have the right to protect your energy. Distance yourself from those who consistently bring negativity or who discourage your growth. You don't need to engage with everyone at the same level. Instead, focus on nurturing relationships with people who uplift, inspire, and motivate you to be your best. Your environment matters. It's easy to forget that the people we choose to surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our mental health, our emotional well-being, and our progress in life. But the right people can spark your motivation, challenge your thinking, and help you become the person you are capable of being. In contrast, the wrong people can hold you back, fill your mind with self-doubt, and drag you further away from your goals. So look around you. Who are the people you're spending the most time with? Are they pushing you toward greatness, or are they holding you back? Are they encouraging your dreams, or are they planting seeds of doubt in your mind? Surround yourself with those who believe in you, who empower you to keep fighting, and who see the best in you, even when you can't see it yourself. When you surround yourself with positive forces, you will be unstoppable. They will help you face the battlefield of life with confidence, courage, and resilience, and together you will achieve things beyond what you could have ever imagined alone. Remember, you don't have to fight life's battles alone. Choose your allies wisely, because the right people can help you conquer anything. In life, we often become so fixated on the end goal that we forget to appreciate the journey that leads us there. It's easy to think that victory lies only at the finish line, the day we reach our ultimate goal, achieve our dream, or conquer that big challenge. We see success as a distant destination, something we'll get to one day, when all the hard work has paid off. But what if I told you that the true victory isn't just in the destination? What if the real triumph is found in every step of the journey, in every small victory along the way, and in the person you become while you're chasing your dreams? Too often, we're in a hurry to reach the end, to check off the box, to get to the next stage. We believe that once we reach our goal, we'll finally be happy, finally be successful, and finally be content. But what happens when we get there? The goal is achieved, the dream is realized, but the satisfaction fades quicker than we expect. We find ourselves looking for the next goal, the next achievement, as if it's the only thing that can bring us fulfillment. You can see where I'm going. Until as long as we're here, we spend our lives waiting for the next goal, the next achievement, as if it's the only thing that can bring us fulfillment. The problem with this mindset is that we're constantly chasing the next big thing and missing out on the treasures that come from the process itself. The lessons, the growth, and the strength built through the struggle. The truth is, life is not a straight path from point A to point B. It's messy, unpredictable, and filled with both triumphs and setbacks. The journey is where the magic happens. It's where you discover your true strength, where you learn about your limits and how to push beyond them. It's where you face challenges that test your resilience, where you experience moments of doubt, and where you are forced to make decisions that shape your character. These moments, though they may seem small or insignificant in the grand scheme of things, are the moments that truly define you. Every failure you encounter, every roadblock you face, and every struggle you overcome becomes part of your story, part of your transformation. It's the small steps that lead to the big changes. Every time you get up after falling, every time you keep moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against you, you're growing. You're becoming someone who is not just capable of achieving goals, but someone who can endure the ups and downs of life and still keep going. That is where the real victory lies, in your ability to rise, to keep moving, to stay committed to your dreams, no matter how long it takes. The journey also allows you to truly experience life in all its richness. It's easy to think of success as an endpoint, but when you're so focused on that end result, you miss the beauty of the process. There is value in the day-to-day, in the struggle, and in the growth that happens in between. When you're chasing something, you see the world through a different lens. You begin to notice the small victories, the moments of gratitude, the people you meet along the way, and the lessons you learn. These things, while not part of the final destination, are just as important. They shape who you are and enrich your life in ways that the achievement of your goal never could. And here's the thing. Life itself is a journey, not a destination. If you're always focused on the destination, you're missing the very essence of what it means to live. Every day is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move one step closer to the person you want to be. The beauty of life is in the becoming, not just in the being. The process of growth, the overcoming of challenges, the pursuit of something greater than yourself, these are the things that make life meaningful. We often hear people say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. This might sound cliche, but it's true. The more you focus on enjoying the process, the more fulfilling the journey becomes. You'll find that each day holds its own rewards, lessons to be learned, relationships to be built, and victories big and small to be celebrated. The destination will come in its time, but it's the journey that prepares you for it, shapes you for it, and makes you worthy of it. So the next time you're feeling discouraged, remember this. Victory is not just a moment in the future. It's in every decision you make, every step you take, and every time you refuse to give up. Victory is in the journey, because it is the journey that molds you, strengthens you, and fills your life with meaning. And when you look back, you'll realize that the destination was never the end. It was just one part of the beautiful, ever-unfolding journey of life. Enjoy it, embrace it, and celebrate the victories that happen along the way.